Hello, viewers. This is Cynthia Michael from School Reviews bringing you a new podcast from my step called The Black Lightning Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breach your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will retain your adult limit. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will retain your adult limit. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're going to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, before I begin, this will be this season. As you guys know, this season 4 is Black Lightning's final season. So basically, I'm deeply sad about this. So anyway, just to let you know, this will be it. So basically, this will be it to my Black Lightning review. So basically, I'm gonna be the whole fourth season slash final season. And so basically, season 4 is the last season of Black Lightning. So basically, this is gonna be the end of my Black Lightning review. So anyway. Just like to let you know that Black Lightning is ending, so with this review, so with this segment will be ending as well. So anyway, let's get into the first episode of the final season 4 of Black Lightning. So basically, I'm just going to talk about the main points of the main points of this episode. So basically, it's been a year since the Mark Cohen invasion on Freeland. Jefferson is sort of like in this depressed state after Henderson got killed during their invasion. So basically, Jefferson's been feeling bad, been feeling sorry to himself that he let his best friend Henderson got killed. So basically, he has not been back. So basically, for the last year, he has not been doing anything Black Lightning related. So basically, the guilt of Henderson dying is really eating away at Jeff, and therefore he's not doing anything Black Lightning related. So anyway, when he came home, when he left the cemetery, he saw a bunch of cops picking on this black kid who had a violin. It looked like he was going to violin practice. Out of nowhere, these two cops started to harass him and almost started to do some police brutality on him. But Jefferson stepped in and tried to de-escalate the system, but the cops put their guns out, and Jefferson had no choice but to use his powers on the cops, and make sure that but he made sure that he made sure that the cops didn't remember anything while losing his lightning powers to zap their minds and whatnot. So basically, he kind of went overboard taking down the cops. I know the cops was after that boy, but Jefferson kind of went overboard and really done a number on the cops. But he made sure that the cops did, he used his electric powers to wipe the cops' memories, and make sure that there was no evidence, of him using his powers. Make sure he got the body cams and the police camera on the police car and whatnot. But anyway, besides that, Gammy's been Gammy's been an old female friend of Gammy's offered Gammy a job at this special security firm, but Gammy turned the offer down. Grace is still in the coma. Is still in the coma, but and Lynn's trying to do her best to try to help Anissa get her love Grace out of the coma. But she's been in coma for a whole year now. So basically, Lynn is still working on a way to wake Lynn 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 is still working her way to wake up Grace from her coma because they're doing with her powers and whatnot. So anyway, so basically Jennifer and Vanessa has been been protecting Freeman for gang violence by the 100 and some cartel called Cova. So basically, gang violence seems like gang violence is really it's really been ever since after the Beijing the 100 and this new cartel has been a gang war. So basically, and that's a and and that's Jennifer has been making sure that this gang was activated by stopping each side to escalate. But Lala is not happy with that. Lala is not happy with Thunder and Lightning, messing with his business, and especially he's not happy with this cartel named Cova. So anyway, turns out that Tobias is also backing Freeman, using his wealth to help rebuild Freeman after the Mongolian invasion happened a year ago. So basically, Tobias is back in the picture, but this time he's using his money to help out Freeman to rebuild and whatnot, and also pressing, he also pledged that he will vote. Not only he's devoting his money to help rebuild Freeman, he's also pressing that that metahumans will pressing to stop metahumans as well. Now the new police chief who's placing Henderson is named Miss Lopez. So Miss Lopez is pledged to stop to register every metahuman in Freeman. So basically the new police chief Miss Lopez is pledged that every metahuman in Freeman will be registered and will be registered and documented. So basically, this new police startup focus on taking down the 100 and this stopping this whole gang war with the 100 and this cartel. She focuses on dealing with the metahumans which haven't been any violence with metahumans since the whole invasion happened a year ago. So anyway. So anyway, Jefferson had got a phone call from that black phone that he gave Henderson. Turns out Henderson before he died, Henderson told this guy named Messiah, who is a person that works for the Freeman Police for the Freeman Police Force about Black Lightning. So basically, this dude named Messiah. So basically, Messiah is a protege of Henderson. So basically, he's a young ex-Delta Force military dude who is now a cop in Freeman. So basically, he doesn't know that Jefferson is Black Lightning. So basically, but Henderson did tell him about the phone that Jefferson gave him and whatnot, but Messiah does not know that Jefferson is Black Lightning. So anyway, Messiah used Henderson's black phone to call Jefferson. He said that I have a letter for you. So basically, I need you to meet me at the dock. So anyway. So anyway, so basically Jefferson showed up the box, but he didn't reveal himself. So basically, like, Messiah was like, you know what? I thought you hindered to. Messiah is kind of pissed off that Jefferson, that Black Lightning didn't did his best to stay Henderson during the whole Marconi invasion. But at the same time, he said that the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want to honor my mentor, Henderson. So basically, he left a letter for you. Left a letter for you. I had not read it yet. He asked me not to read it. So basically, I left it before he died. He left a letter for you. So basically, Messiah saying that I don't know what the hell is wrong with you, but the city needs you. The city need I know you're a vigilante and all, on the cop that's supposed to uphold the law, but at the same time, I'm still mad at you I'm mad at you letting Henderson die, but at the same time, I believe that, that Freeman still needs you, but you need to get your balls back and get back in the game. So basically, he left the letter, and drove away. So basically, Jefferson is like, so basically Jefferson started to read the letter and whatnot, about what Henderson and about Henderson and whatnot last before he died. So basically, Jefferson was really going through this, was still starting to feel a bit more happy, but at the same time he was still kind of depressed that that Henderson is dead. While that was going on, Linda's been working on her superpower serum again, increasing how long it will last. So basically, Lynn's been working on her superpower serum, increasing how long the powers will last this time. So basically, she's been, doing some vigilante work with her superpower serum, make increasing how long she can keep the powers, keep the temporary powers. So basically, instead of this, the still only now the serum can give a person two metahuman powers to 12 hours instead of one now. So basically, Lenny's been working on the superpower serum. Now the serum is now the superpower serum can give a person metahuman powers for 12 hours instead of 1 hour now. So anyway, so basically, Jefferson did have a meeting. Tobias did have a person. So basically, Jefferson is pissed off with Tobias. Being, about Tobias and whatnot, and Lynn and Melissa wants Tobias dead because he knows about us. So basically, Jefferson is pissed about this whole Tobias situation. Him being the savior that's helping me build Cleveland and whatnot. So basically, Lynn and Vanessa wants Tobias dead, but Jefferson made it clear to his family that nobody goes. Much as I hate Tobias, but we just can't kill him. So basically, so far he has not spilled the beans about who we are. So basically, until Tobias nobody will kill Tobias. So basically, he warned his family. Nobody goes near Tobias or nobody tries to kill Tobias. So anyway. So anyway, Lala. So basically, Lala had one of his Lala's been practicing in drugs and also medicating weapons now, ever since after the invasion. So basically, Thunder, Jennifer, aka Lightning, and Mesa, aka Thunder, in, it's to destroy Lala's drug shipment, in a way. So basically, Lala got pissed off. He said that and he came up with a plan to ambush. Jennifer and Anisha. So basically, he set up a fake stakeout, like a fake, drug buy, and he caught, and his man ambushed Jennifer and Anisha, and Anisha got hit by one of the gangsters, Medicine so basically, Anessa got hit by a metahuman weapon that Lawler gave his men to ambush Jennifer and Anessa with. So basically, Jennifer had no choice, but they did manage to take out the bad guys, but Jennifer had no choice but to take Anessa back to the new bunker, to Gary's new bunker headquarters now. So anyway, Jefferson heard about this whole situation, about Jennifer being wounded by these menacing weapons that Lava gave his men to use against Jennifer and Anisha. Before that happened, turns out that the police. I'm talking about the new police chief and Henderson's protege Messiah paid Jefferson a visit at his school and telling that somebody attacked. We have evidence. That your call was in the vicinity where those two police people got when the two police officers got attacked. So basically, we're wondering have you seen the perpetrator who attacked the two two policemen? So basically, Jefferson was like, no, I had not seen anything. I was just coming from Jefferson was lying about it, but turns out that the police had evidence that Jefferson was there when the two police was watching that boy who was on their way to the bed. So basically, Jefferson was lying about the whole situation, even though he was there and he took out those cops and whatnot using his powers. So anyway, basically, Jefferson was lying to the police chief and protected Messiah. So basically, when the Messiah and the police chief left Jefferson's office, they don't believe it's pretty clear that they know that Jefferson is lying. So anyway, Jefferson later that night, after Jefferson got the word that Jennifer got hurt by and got ambushed and got hurt by Lala's man using these medicating rifles, getting ready to track down the guy who wounded the master with the medicating weapon, and Jefferson beat the crap out of him. While he went to the dude's house, the guy who wounded Vanessa with the medicating weapon that was used against Jennifer, he beat the shit out of this guy, but he made sure that nobody saw his face, but he made sure nobody saw his face and whatnot. But he beat the hell out of the guy. So anyway. So anyway, after that, after he beat the hell out of the guy, like a couple hours later, we see the police chief and Detective Messiah at the hospital, looking at the guy that Jefferson just beat up. So basically, it's pretty clear that Black Lightning. So basically, it was pretty clear that the police chief and Detective Messiah pretty connected the dots that Black Lightning is the one who took out the cops. So basically, they thinking maybe that Jefferson might be Black Lightning. So basically, the same way how the cops got taken out by Jefferson, so basically the police chief and Detective Messiah are thinking that Jefferson is Black Lightning, and he also behind taking out the cops, but they need more proof for they can go forward with this. So basically, the police chief is, and Messiah is thinking that Jefferson's Black Lightning, but they don't have any proof to prove that Jefferson is Black Lightning yet. So anyway, at the lab that Lynn works at, tells us that Tobias is not a board member at the laboratory that Lynn works at. So basically, Lynn was shocked to see Tobias, being tore around by her boss. Tells us that Tobias is now a board member of the laboratory that Lynn is working for now. So basically, Tobias his master plan starts to go in motion. So basically, he started to stay close to Lynn because he wants her to start taking out to help and take over Freeman and maybe the world. So anyway. So basically, we see Jennifer all here, gave her her superpowers, flying around Freeman, flying around with her superpowers, whatnot, so basically, then we cut to see Jennifer flying around Freeman, having a little night flight around Freeman. So basically, everything was going fine. Jennifer had recovered from being attacked by that medicine weapon. She was flying around Freeman at night or far until she passed out and started to fall to the ground, and this is how the episode ended with Jennifer, during a night flight, flying around Freeman at night, enjoying the sights and whatnot, and all of a sudden she just passed out, and she started to fall to the ground, and this is how the episode ended with Jennifer passing out out of nowhere, and she's falling towards the ground. That's how the episode ended. So anyway, this is just what's the major points about what happened in this episode. A lot of things happened in this episode, so basically, things are starting to get crazy now. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it just okay? Or was it just, nah? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Cynthia Michael from Screwview, signing off. 1.